Okay, Leaptronix. Why such a strange name? Well, maybe it's not so strange if you consider that this power supply leaps over the features of the famous Agilent E3631A. Let us demonstrate you that. Number one, Agilent can only go to 25 volts and 1 amp output. That means you connect a 10 ohm resistor and the voltage drops to 10 volt right away. So maximum 10 volts, 1 amp, and 25 volts, well, even less than 1 amp. Okay. Now, if you want to change the voltage, you have to use encoder, and it takes long time. You can't, there is no numeric keypad, so unless you're using computer, you have to sit here and turn this wheel back and forth. And if you're dealing with 3 outputs, that gets kind of tiresome. Okay, so this is the famous Agilent E3631A. Now, what about Leaptronix? Leaptronix can do 30 volts on output number 1 and 30 volts on output number 2. So 90 watts on each output. Here you go, we turn it on. And you can see we have 10 ohm resistor, we got 3 amps into 30 and 30 volt output. That's a lot of power. And we don't have another 10 ohm resistor, so it's 15 ohm resistor. So it's 2 amps and 30 volts. Now, what if you want to change the voltage or current? It's very easy. You have a numeric keypad, so you just go here and type 10.15 and press enter. Boom, and you set the voltage to 10.15. And it has tracking feature, so you can change the voltage simultaneously. Of course, you have an encoder too, if you want to do smooth, precise changes to your output. But with numeric keypad, it's so much easier. Now, what about storing the settings? How many settings can you store on Leaptronix? On Leaptronix, you can store 10 different output settings. And how many can you store on Agilent? Well, on Agilent, you can do only 3. Okay? All right. So what else? Note, Leaptronix has 2 independent grounds for output number 1 and output number 2. So basically, they're totally independent power supplies. You can have 2 positive power supplies, 2 negative power supplies, or 1 positive, 1 negative. On Agilent, you can only have 1 positive plus 25 volt and 1 negative minus 25 volt. Okay, you cannot have 2 positive power supplies or 2 negative power supplies. So that's another feature that is really cool. Now, the fixed output on Leaptronix is not adjustable. It's actually variable, but it's not, you cannot adjust it. You just go between these settings: 5 volt, 3.3 volt. Let me demonstrate. Okay, you have this marker here, and you just push the key down, and you change to 3.3, then 2, 2.5, and 1.8 to turn it off completely. Okay, so that's how you control the fixed output. Now, what else? Note the display on Agilent E3631A. It's vacuum fluorescent display. And the problem with these displays, they fade and dim over time. There are tons of these power supplies out there with barely readable displays. And the trouble is, you cannot buy the display anywhere. It's custom made for Agilent, and they just don't sell it anymore. On Leaptronix, well, first of all, this power supply is like brand new. But the display is regular LCD display. It should last you for decades. It doesn't get dim from use, unlike this vacuum fluorescent display. Okay, so now that we settled that, what about computer control? Well, Leaptronix has built-in USB interface. So you just plug it in into any computer with USB interface, and you can control the power supply. What about Agilent? Agilent has GPIB interface. Well, for GPIB interface is really outdated, and no computers come with it standard. You have to get either a card or converter. So it's and they're not cheap. So it will cost you some money to interface to a computer. Another and last but maybe not the least important thing is that Leaptronix is smaller than Agilent, so you will have less clutter on your bench, and that's also an added bonus. So we beat Agilent here on features, on maximum power, and on size. So here you go, folks. Buy Agilent. We're leaping over you.